Welcome to Phuket, Thailand, everyone. In this video, I'm going to share with you why I think life after 50 in Thailand, in Phuket, is better compared to the US. And for that matter, life after 30, 40, 60, 70, or 80. And I'll take you around today, kind of go through my routine, show you what things cost, take you to the ocean, but basically show you why I can't return to the US, because my quality of life in Phuket is better than my quality of life in the US. And one thing that's kind of cool is this, what I call scooterability. You know, they say like cities that are more walkable are better cities. I think also cities that are more scooterable like this are also better. There's a different kind of human connection that happens. Babies, grandma, moms, all cruising around on their scooters, and scooters loaded with 2, 3, or 4 people. First stop today, gonna drop the scooter off, get it washed, and then just kind of walk around, do my daily activities. And I'm gonna show you why I think life after 50 in Thailand is better than being in the US. First stop, gonna stop in here, get the scooter washed, and then take you for a walk kind of around my neighborhood. Let's see how much it costs to get your car wash or your scooter wash. Come down here, 300? So come down here, get the scooter washed. How much does it cost? It's about $5, and if you're gonna wash your car, it costs about $7. But I haven't really needed a car living here for the past 3 years. Scooter's pretty convenient. So why can't I go back to the US? It's not that I can't, it's just that I don't want to. And a lot of it has to do with, I feel better in Thailand. I feel emotionally and mentally better in Thailand than being at home. And for whatever reason, I feel more lonely when I go to the US, where I have friends and family, compared to being in Thailand. I think part of it is because the way the neighborhoods are designed. They're so walkable, or what I call scooterable. Everyone's on a scooter, there's a lot of human connection. You feel a lot of heartfelt connection, a lot more joy, joyful hearts. And I think that just makes me feel better. Do I miss my friends and family back home? Oh yeah, for sure. But personally, for my own well-being, I just feel better. There's just a lot more joyfulness and warm-heartedness, at least for me. And I'll give you an idea of what I mean. Is I take you around my little neighborhood and stop into all my little local spots for my routine. For example, here's what I come almost every day for a massage. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
7 p.m. 1 hour. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I come here almost every day of the week to get my massage. And what does it cost for the massage? It's like 150 baht for 1 hour, or like just under $5. But you can see what it is. These are all pretty much like people's residences, but then they have their shops or their restaurants out front. For example, here's a nail shop. How are you? I can come Saturday? Yeah? Saturday? 7 o'clock? So for hand, it's 200 baht, or like $5, manicure. And for hand and foot, 499 baht, or like $12. See you Saturday.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, see you. Put my shoes back on. So there's your nail shop, and you got these little restaurants along the way. Let's go see how much it costs to get a barber shop, even though I don't go to the barber. I don't need to, I don't have a lot of hair. Sorry, Cap. Tell you what, it's a hot day in Phuket. I think it's like 34 degrees Celsius today. Super hot. Let's check out the barber shop. For those of you guys go to the barber. I wish I had hair to go to the barber, but I don't. But let's just see what the costs are. Give you an idea of what it's like here in Phuket town to go to the barber. to get the haircut, 200 bahts or about $5. So you come down here and Noom will be happy to cut your hair for about $5. Yeah?
Yes.
What about shave?
Shave. Haircut and shave 200 baht, same.
And what about shave only?
Shave, only shave, 60 baht.
60 baht, so
Yes.
$1.50 or so
Yes.
for a shave. And what about for no hair?
Oh, no.
Shave?
How
How much?
much? Shave, 150 baht.
So for no hair, do a shave for about $4. Thanks, No. Okay, so there you have it. Let's go check out the next stop. Thank you, No. See you. Everything convenient in this little neighborhood. Walk door to door. Here I have my coffee shop where I pick up nice fresh coffee beans. This is Frank.
Yeah. Hi, hello everyone.
And Frank, you moved to Phuket from Bangkok, right?
Yes, I moved here more than 16 years. Yeah.
What do you like better, Phuket or Bangkok?
Yeah, Phuket for sure.
Why?
Bangkok is terrible now. It's a lot of traffic jam and crazy people and the PM 2.5, the pollution, everything. Yeah. And the food here is better. The waiter.
Yeah, I mean, Bangkok, air quality in Phuket is better than Bangkok,
Yeah, for sure.
but definitely way better than, say, Chiang Mai.
Chiang Mai is worse than this. It's terrible. Yeah. I mean, even Thai people, they don't want to go there. I mean, the Thai tourists.
Yeah, I think in Chiang Mai, you can only live there, really. If you value your health, you can only live in Chiang Mai 8 or 9 months out of the year.
Oh, I don't think so. If you want to live in Chiang Mai, just consider on the winter only.
So 6 months.
Yes, maybe start from November until January. That's enough.
Yeah.
After that, the pollution is very bad.
Yeah, I agree. Chiang Mai is good for like 6 months, but for year-round, hard to beat Phuket because air quality here is better.
Yeah, only one thing that is not good here is too much rain. On the rainy season, start from September until November.
I'll take the rain over air pollution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to grab my coffee, go home and make some nice espresso.
Yeah. Let's tell me how is the taste of the Peruvian bean?
Which bean is it?
The Peruvian from
Peru?
the South America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peru.
And how much is 200 grams of coffee?
Yeah.
220 baht or like $5-6.
Yeah. Around that.
Yeah, really good. Thanks, Frank.
Bye.
See you. Have my coffee beans and keep exploring the little neighborhood here just to show you how everyone is kind of heartfelt and it's just warm-hearted. It always feels good in Thailand. And even doing a little shopping around this little neighborhood. Every time the interactions are warm-hearted and positive. On to the next spot. Come down here to the little neighborhood dessert shop, and this dish is soy milk, and then they have like tofu and legumes and other. Kind of reminds me of being in Taiwan, this little spot, but same like everywhere in this little neighborhood. A lot of warm-heartedness, a lot of friendliness. Friendly little dessert shop, and how much was it? 55 baht or less than $2, like $1.50. Everything really convenient, can kind of walk to the little circuit, whether it's laundry, getting coffee, having a bite to eat, having a snack. It's all really close. Continuing the errands around the neighborhood, and here's the laundry spot. Just want to give you an idea of what it costs to have your laundry done in Thailand. Hello, Pew. So, to get everything laundered and folded, it's like 5 or 6 kilos, but it's only 140 baht, so about $4. Just bring my clothes down here, they get laundered, folded, and it's convenient and easy. Something about living in Thailand, everything easy, the value is good, it's affordable, and there's just some services like this that are uncommon in the US, and if you probably got the clothes laundered and folded like this in the US, I don't know how much it would cost, but wouldn't be $4 or $5. Next up. Gonna cool off with an iced coffee right now, but one thing I want to point out, it might be making the obvious obvious, but doing this little routine, there's an ease to the day. When I was most recently in the US and going around US cities, it was kind of hard going to Austin and Portland and San Francisco. You couldn't do this because there were too many vagrants, too many homeless, too many drug addicts. So here you don't see that. It's just more an uplifting environment. I think it's healthier. You don't get exposed to all that unpleasantness. So here we are. Let's grab a nice iced coffee. Iced coffee. Thank you. Another reason I prefer living in Thailand over the US is this, the coffeehouse experience. Because last time I was in Portland, Oregon, and other cities in the US too, even San Francisco, it's hard to go to a coffeehouse and just sit down and have an enjoyable morning, sipping on a coffee, working on the laptop, because there's like vagrants, homeless, drug addicts, and it's just not convenient. Some Starbucks and coffee houses even removed all the tables so people can't sit down. So, the coffee house experience is much better here. It's just the ease of the day. You're not surrounded by all the problems of the US cities where you see all the crisis. The surroundings here are relatively uplifting. So another bonus to living in Thailand. Being in unfamiliar surroundings. For me, it's nice because it gives me a different perspective, gives me a different view of the world compared to being at the regular routine of being home in the US. And for my work, I need to come up with creative ideas. So having a different perspective, I think, helps inspire some of that creative energy. Cost of living. It's expensive in the US right now, and it's getting more expensive in Thailand too. I don't think it's as, the cost of living is as low as it once was. A lot of people I know who were seeking lower cost of living, they're moving to places like Vietnam. But cost of living is still more affordable here, and I feel like you get more value for what you're paying. And it's about what you're not spending money on. You're not spending money on trying to buy that next house. You're not spending money on trying to get another car. You're not spending money on trying to go to Costco every single week and consuming. Here, there's just less need for it. There are people that are caught up in that kind of circuit. But if you don't want to be, no one really cares. The simple life is embraced here. No one's trying to impress people or trying to get validation. There's just less of it here, which is really nice. You're spending less money on things that are less relevant. When talking about cost of living, have to talk about healthcare. And the healthcare experience for me in Thailand is better than being in the US. One, I just talked to a friend in the US. He said it took him 6 months to make an appointment to go see his doctor just for a general checkup. Not here. You can pretty much just walk in and make an appointment, be seen the same week or the following week. And it's actually more affordable for me to go to the doctor here without insurance than it is with insurance and the deductible back home. Same thing goes for the dentist. And I find the experience of going to the doctor or the dentist much better than being back home in the US. And if you want to watch some of my videos about going to the dentist, going to the hospital, going to the doctor, going to the physical therapist, I have all those videos on YouTube. You'll see the link above. What about going out to eat or food costs in regard to cost of living? I think you get a lot more in return for what you pay here, especially when you go out to eat. In the US, you have all this tipping culture. You don't have to tip here. A lot of times the service charge is included in the bill, which is nice. But you also have a wide spectrum of choices when you go to eat out. You have all these great markets. You have really high-end restaurants if you want to do that. I don't remember the last time I've really cooked at home. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, it's so convenient just to either order to go or to go out to eat. Being that cost of living is more affordable here compared to the US, especially in regard to what you get in return, and I'm spending less money on things that I would be spending money on, like in the US, for example. Here, there's really no need for a car, which means you don't have all the related expenses of insurance and car payments. There's really no need to buy a big home like America is known for. I can live more of a simple life here. With all that money saved, I can spend it on other things like experiences. Last year, I think I was in Japan 5 times. If I want to have a sushi dinner, fly to Osaka. And if you want to go experience Vietnam, it's close by, maybe a 2-hour flight. You can go to Cambodia, Laos. There's all these little side adventures you can do, even within Thailand. Whether it's a quick weekend trip to Bangkok, or you go to the island life of Koh Phangan or Phi Phi, or you go up to Chiang Mai and experience the temples and the massage and the spas. There's all these little side adventures that are really enjoyable, and I find myself spending the money I save that I would be spending in the US for things like cars and houses on experiences. What about dating in Thailand? That almost requires a whole nother video, and maybe I'll do a video about dating after 50 in Thailand, but it's a lot better than dating in the US. I'll leave it at that, but even when I talk to my younger American friends in Thailand that are over 30 and over 40, or even in their 20s, they all say they prefer dating in Thailand compared to their Western countries, whether they're from Europe or from the US. Iced coffee, perfect refreshment on this hot day. The next stop for this video is going to be the ocean. Let's go. The next reason I can't leave Thailand, I don't want to go back to the US, this right here, nature, being near the ocean. And for a lot of you watching, you might already be working from or living from another part of the world. But what I find is, no matter where I go in the world, no place checks all the boxes for all the items that I'm listing in this video. Why I can't go back to the US. I don't want to go back to the US. I would rather stay put in Phuket. It's not perfect, but it checks all the boxes that I'm listing in this video. In particular, the item I'm sharing for last. But for nature and being here, whenever I'm feeling a little bit down, I just come out here and do a 2 or 3 hour hike. It's the best medicine. It's so beautiful, especially beautiful during the rainy season. I'm gonna pop a video up there right now. It shows how green and lush it gets during the rainy season. And like I said earlier in the video about creative energy, same thing here. Come out here and come up with some really good ideas while I'm hiking. But it's not only good for making me feel better if I'm down, but it also helps inspire like creative energy. But wellness, that's the next reason why I love living in Thailand and not in the US. Wellness, what do I mean? I mean like going to the ice bath, the herbal steam, the sauna, which I do often, going to the acupuncturist, going to the sports doctor, going for a 2-hour sports massage. These are all things I like to stay active still. I still play competitive sports like soccer, and I still like to do my yoga, and still like to go to the gym and do some pretty heavy resistance training, relatively. So yeah, I need that wellness treatment to preserve or maintain my active lifestyle. And I can do it better when I'm in Thailand. Next reason I love living in Phuket, not in the US, all the activities. And we're in a real popular area of the world for people to come and enjoy life. And when you're near the ocean, you have all the water sports. You can go scuba diving, fishing, whatever you like doing. Free diving and boating, if that's your thing. And you also have all the beach activities, whether it's volleyball or playing sport, all the other fun things that you do on the beach. And then you have endless options for, say, nightlife activities. You know, along the lines of activities, you have all the dining options too. You have to figure there's so many 5-star resorts in Phuket. You have an endless options for any kind of food you want, and it's all really, really delicious. I think it's the best food in Thailand. For me, it's almost the best in Asia, between here and Japan, but Thailand, Phuket in particular, the food options here, as you heard from Frank at the coffee shop earlier, he says it's the best food in Thailand. I agree with him. It's the best food in Thailand. The next reason, weather. It's not perfect by no means. I mean, today is really hot. You can see I'm sweating. It's about 94 degrees Fahrenheit. But the weather's pretty good. I don't like to shiver. I don't want to be in the cold. I don't want to shovel snow. But it's not hot like Florida or Louisiana, where you get muggy and get sticky. You don't get that, but you do get a rainy season, which means you can just go surfing. So you have other options. There's trade-offs. But the weather is pretty good. You don't have to put a jacket on. You do get the rainy season. You do get a hot season like right now. But I'll take it. I'll take it over the cold, the snow, and shivering. And along the lines of weather, the air quality, as Frank said earlier from the coffee shop as he was roasting coffee, air quality in Phuket is probably the best in Thailand. Chiang Mai for me would never work. If you value your health, you can't live in Chiang Mai year-round. And then for Bangkok, the air quality is okay. It's better than Chiang Mai, but still, Phuket, it's in the south here. You get these breezes. You're near the ocean. You don't have all the industry. You don't have them burning all the fields like you do up in Chiang Mai. So air quality is another bonus. The final reason why I don't want to go back to the U.S. and I prefer to live in Thailand, the number one reason, safety and calm. It just feels good to be in a place that's safe, relatively safe, calm, peaceful, joyful. And when I went back to the United States, most recently, there was so much friction, tension, speculation, moralism. It's just heavy. And when I'm in Thailand, I just feel more lighthearted. I feel more joy, more peaceful. And as I get older, I start to value those things more and more. And I think for me, it's probably even kind of changed me. I went from kind of the hustle, urgency, always urgent. And I still have some of that in me when I got to get things done. But I think being in Thailand, it's taught me to be a little more patient. Really enjoy the moments, enjoy the flow. If I find myself getting a little bit frustrated, taking a deep breath and pausing. And it's just been better overall, I think, for making me a better person and making my quality of life better. And with that being said, I'm going to go do one of those ice baths that I showed you just a second ago. Have an herbal steam and a massage and do my Phuket routine. Are you guys working from another place? Are you living in another place? Are you an American that left for a better quality of life? If yeah, leave a comment below. I'm curious where you are. And who knows, maybe I'll even come visit you. I'd love to check it out. But for me, I just think for the items I listed, I haven't been able to find another place in the world that checks all those boxes. Until next time, everyone, farewell from Phuket.